how Pakistan can promote its religious tourism.
The religious tourism, if we want to promote religious tourism, the main core area is security issue.
So do you have any plan that while these diverse cultures in Pakistan, any strategy that it could be promoted internationally?
Mr. Shehbaz Sharif is the only Prime Minister in the recent past who has the priority to promote tourism, natural heritage and culture.
So common man is asking, if inflation has come down, price hike has come down, the economic relief should be visible. This trickle-down effect should be on the common man.
We have achieved the macro indicators. Now the focus of the Prime Minister is micro indicators. Now it's a time to deliver to a common man,
Exactly.
to a poor person. I think if the policies of the government will be continue, then you will see the miracles.
So in 2025, in the second year, what priorities have been set by the Prime Minister to deliver? Actual thing is delivery to the people.
You will see there are many reliefs which is coming for the common people.
Why PPP is still reluctant in joining the cabinet?
They have some clarity from the day one that they will not join the cabinet.
Okay.
No
confusion.
No confusion.
They are deliberately not joining it.
Yes.
How political stability could be maintained?
Expansion in the federal cabinet is the main sign that we have the political stability.
Do you think there is any foreign pressure, domestic pressure increasing on the government to resume dialogue again with PTI and to give some relief to PTI?
Pakistan's foreign policy is independent, and Pakistan foreign policy decide at its own.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome to Program Insight in B News English. Dear viewers, recently Pakistani cabinet was expanded and there was a lot of criticism that huge cabinet could be a burden on national exchequer. But what was the purpose and rationale behind expanding cabinet? And still, it has been almost a week that the portfolios of the new cabinet members are yet to be announced. These cabinet members, including certain ministers, ministers of state, special assistant to the Prime Minister, they are holding separate meetings with the Prime Minister, getting instructions from the Prime Minister. So, however, we have come across and we have invited one of the youngest cabinet member, special assistant to the Prime Minister, and he's also expected to get certain important portfolios, Mr. Huzaifa Rehman. Mr. Huzaifa Rehman is also being considered for some of the important portfolios, like it could be culture, heritage, and other things, keeping in view his very rich experience in these all areas, including media management, culture, art, and these things. In today's program, we will not only focus on this, but we will also ask him questions regarding Pakistan's potential in tourism sector in Pakistan, in art and culture, how Pakistan can promote its rich heritage, rich culture, and ultimately can make Pakistan as a tourism hub. Very warm welcome to Program Insight in V News English. So we have heard that Prime Minister has specially given you this particular portfolio, special assistant to the Prime Minister, and there are chances that you could likely head art, culture, and heritage. And when we talk of culture and heritage, Pakistan is quite rich in it. So what culture and heritage Pakistan has currently that could be promoted internationally and that can lead to the promotion of Pakistan's soft image?
Thank you so much for inviting me in your show. And thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to explain my position and explain the motive and basic idea of our government. And first of all, if you will ask me that if Prime Minister will trust me and give me the portfolio of national heritage and culture, then what would be my motives and how I can perform in it.
But any member of the cabinet can speak comfortably on this. This is a general subject.
Thank you so much. Recently, I met with the Prime Minister. I think the matter of the portfolio will be concluded in 1 day too. And there are some rough things, no confirmation yet. But if Prime Minister will trust on me and he will give me the charge of the Ministry of National Heritage and Culture. So,
which is also closely with the tourism.
No doubt. And frankly speaking, the national heritage and culture is a very rich subject. And if we will speak regarding those countries, means developed countries,
True.
They are doing very rich heritage and culture and tourism, and their economy based on these subjects.
Exactly.
But it is very unfortunate that
they are showcasing it before the world. Exactly.
Yes, obviously, and it is very unfortunate due to some unknown reasons and due to some negligences of the previous governments.
These areas were neglected.
Yes, these areas were neglected, and we didn't perform very well in these areas. I think there are a lot of scope to perform in these areas, and the culture and heritage of Pakistan is very rich. As you know that the Indus Valley, the Gandhara Tehzeeb, the Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and even if you speak regarding the culture, there are Lok Varsa, and we have almost 2,000 artists there, and but they are very neglected. If I will take the charge of this ministry, on the first day, I will write to all embassies who are working in Pakistan, different ambassadors, different high commissioners, and I will ask them on their national day, we will give them one artist on the greatest status, and that he will perform on their national day, and he will go there and he will promote our culture. Our heritage, and if he will perform well, he will contribute there. They will definitely accommodate him. He can come to their go to their country. He can also perform in their country. So the Lok Varsa who is neglected from the 2-3 decades, we can stand up Lok Varsa, and many other options are there. If we will speak regarding the some Quaid-e-Azam Mazar, that is also very neglected. We will only see the Quaid-e-Azam Mazar when on the Quaid-e-Azam Day or some VVIP movement. But I have
the whole year it remains neglected.
Yes. I think there are many options that now we are in 21st century and the world is growing rapidly. We can give some ideas. We can arrange some different things there so that we can promote the monument of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and some other things are there. So I think that the Culture and Heritage Ministry, if Prime Minister will trust me, so we will try to create a difference that will discuss that pre-Huzaifa Rehman regime and post-Huzaifa Rehman regime. And if our government will put a trust on me, then you will see the difference.
This art, culture, and heritage is closely connected to the tourism, because if there are foreign tourists that might be, since you spoke about Gandhara, there is a rich heritage of Buddha culture also in Pakistan. So the question is how Pakistan can promote its religious tourism. We have also seen there are certain places of worship for the Sikh community in Pakistan. So how Pakistan can promote religious tourism and can attract many pilgrims from all across the world and can earn more, and finally it can make Pakistan as a tourism hub.
Mateen sir, thank you so much. Very, I think, very sensitive and very important question.
Pertinent question.
Yes, pertinent question. But my view is that the religious tourism, if we want to promote religious tourism, the main core area is security issue.
Security.
In our country, we should admit that there are many concerns of international tourists regarding our security. If we especially talk about the religious tourism, then religious peoples and the extremism in Pakistan and the previous incidents here. So I think first of all we should focus on the security, and the tourism is now a provincial subject. We have some area of tourism at the federal level. But after 18th Amendment, it is dissolved to the provinces. So I think there is a lot of need to collaborate with the provinces regarding security issues and regarding the tourism promotion on the religious level. There is a need to collaborate with the Foreign Office, with the Interior Ministry, which is
to promote tourism diplomacy.
Yes, which is the federal subject.
True.
And we will try our best to collaborate with the provinces, with the chief secretaries, to make some good arrangements for the religious tourists who can come here without any fear and with full courage and confidence that Pakistan is a country who is promoting the religious tourism, and there is no problem of any person from any religion. So we will try our best to improve it.
So Pakistan has, since talking about culture, Pakistan has diverse culture, great culture in Gilgit-Baltistan, then Azad Jammu and Kashmir. Then KP is also rich in culture. Punjab has its unique and oldest culture. Not only culture, but cultural heritage, cultural places. Then Sindh has a rich culture. They throughout the year they celebrate different events, Sindhi language, Sindhi culture. Same is with Balochistan. So, do you have any plan that while these diverse cultures in Pakistan, any strategy that it could be promoted internationally?
Thank you so much.
And there is also linkage of Pakistani languages, which are part of also our culture.
Yes, and it's as well as it's part of my ministry. The linguistic is also part of. If I will allocate the culture and heritage ministry, it would be the part of my ministry.
Pakistani languages, exactly.
Yes. And your question is very good. The culture and heritage and tourism. We can promote GB, Kashmir, no doubt. But due to some, as I explained earlier, that due to some unknown reasons, the tourism and the culture and heritage of the Pakistan is not promoted on that level, which were expected from a developing country. But I think there is a need for if we want to promote tourism in the GB and Kashmir, there is a issue of the development. They both provinces are not
infrastructure is not developed and up to the mark,
and the PSDP of the both provinces are ADP. You can ask, the annual development plan is not so rich due to their resources. We will try our best to give some resources to the provincial governments, especially Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. Then they can build our infrastructure, then roads. Then we will plan to held some seminars at the international level to request the international chains to come there, like Sheraton, like Hilton, like Hyatt Regency, Movenpick, many others. Because I think the tourism of Pakistan, especially in GB and especially Kashmir, is I think more better than Switzerland, Geneva. If you will ask Bern, Mount Bourbon, Interlaken, I think we have some very beautiful areas in Gilgit-Baltistan which can compete to any other area in the world. But I think it will take time. But I think we should focus on it, and it's already the priority of the Prime Minister of Pakistan. The Honorable Prime Minister have a top priority to promote these areas. So that's why he is planning to depute me in these areas. So that I am from the young community, the young person who can perform well. So if we think that Mr. Shehbaz Sharif is the only Prime Minister in the recent past who has the priority to promote tourism, natural heritage and culture, I think if he is appointing a young person in this area, it shows that the tourism, the heritage and culture is the top priority of it. True. So I think we must appreciate him if he will give me in the portfolio of this ministry. So I think it will.
So talking about the recent expansion in cabinet, despite pressure on our economy, approximately 28 more cabinet members were inducted, including special assistants to Prime Minister, advisors, and ministers of state and federal ministers were 21, and additional people were SAPMs and advisors. So what do you think? This is just to politically oblige friends and coalition partners, or they will deliver?
Thank you so much, Mateen sir. Your question have two parts. One part is that
why cabinet has been extended.
Yes, there is a heavy propaganda on the media that government has expanded the cabinet from 22 to 52, 53. First of all, you are covering the parliament, Pak Secretariat, Prime Minister Office since 2-3 decades. I'm asking to you that if we have 38, 34 divisions in our system, in the federal government, so I think we need 34 federal ministers. We need 34 state ministers. If we will compromise on the ministries, we will dilute the ministries, then everyone will say they are diluting the ministries. If we will not appoint the minister, they will say the working of the ministry is not going good.
But actual point is the performance.
Let me complete. If government will appoint a proper minister in the ministry, there is no burden on the ministry. If, for example, railway is the ministry, there is no minister yet. But the PSO of the minister, the director staff, the minister office is already working.
Without a boss.
Yeah, without a boss. If Prime Minister will appoint a proper minister, he will go there, he will do his best to perform in the ministry and to increase the performance of the ministry. And on the second part of your question is that the expansion of cabinet is 28 to 30 people. No doubt, if a political government is in power, he has some issues, he has some problems. So it must be understand that due to some compromises, due to some agenda setting, the political government always try to think, accommodate their allies, accommodate their electables, accommodate those peoples who voted for the selection of the prime minister. So the main part of your question is very important, that either they will perform or not. The performance should be your issue.
Exactly.
The performance should be your focus.
Exactly.
And prime minister is very clear. He told all the new cabinet members that I will personally check all the performance of the ministers, and I will personally accountable to each and every person who is appointed in the cabinet. So if you will see the previous performance of Shehbaz Sharif, he always believes on the performance to work. So I think we must appreciate it that he appointed all the persons in the proper ministries, but you should expect some good results. And if they are not performed very well, there should be a criticism, and we will welcome it.
So recently we have seen inflation has come to 1.5, which is a record low from 39% in last approximately 6-7 years, but particularly in last 3 years. But we are yet to see any economic relief being given to the common man. So common man is asking, if inflation has come down, price hike has come down, the economic relief should be visible. This trickle-down effect should be on the common man.
Thank you, Mateen sir. Actually, you are talking about the macro indicators. These things like interest rate, you ask about the inflation,
declining inflation.
These are the macro indicators. And please remember that the inflation decreased from 38 to 1.5%. It means that the ratio of increasing the prices are
that is stopped.
That is stop, or that is now 1.5%. If you have some cup of tea, the price is 100 rupees and it was increasing 138. Now it will increase to 101. So we have achieved the macro indicators. Now the focus of the Prime Minister is micro indicators. If we have covered this area and we stop these areas, and Prime Minister, due to his vision and due to his leadership, you know that in last year, the reserves were, I think, below $5 billion. The interest rate was 24%. The inflation rate was 30, I think, it was above 38%.
Exactly.
But now, due to his hard working, he covered the macro areas. You are right that now it's a time to deliver to a common man,
exactly,
to a poor person. I think if the policies of the government will be continue, then you will see the miracles.
Do you have any specific data or statistics that since government is celebrating 1 year in power, since February 24 to February 25, so any specific investment has come in Pakistan in any specific area? IT, energy, mining, in any sector?
Thank you, Mr. Mateen. I don't have any
specific
any specific figures, but you are covering all the beats, and you know very well there are a lot of investments. Our brother country UAE, Saudi Arabia, even China, Azerbaijan, they invested very well. If you will ask me, I will provide you all the data that after taking the charge as the Prime Minister, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, I think after 5th March 2024 to 5th March 2025, there are a lot of investments which come here and which is only due to the visionary leadership of Shehbaz Sharif.
What is the strategy for 2025 as far as performance is concerned? Because there are a lot of challenges indeed. So in 2025, I mean in the second year, what priorities have been set by the Prime Minister to deliver? Actual thing is the delivery to the people.
Thank you so much. I think the top priority of the Prime Minister is the poor people, the common man. I think now we can say that our economy is stable and now it will increase and it will grow day by day. But now Prime Minister's top priority is that he must deliver to the common man. He must deliver to our poor people. And I think Prime Minister is working day and night. His team is working day and night. The recent Ramzan package is the, I think, open secret, which I am explaining to you. And I think there are many more things which is in the pipelines. And you will see there are many reliefs which is coming for the common people. And after delivering those reliefs to the people, you will see there would be a difference.
Last 2 days, these newly appointed ministers and ministers of states are holding meetings with the Prime Minister. So, what plan Prime Minister has made for these newly appointed ministers, ministers of state, as far as performance is concerned? Specific tasks will be given, performance will be monitored regularly. What will be the mechanism to monitor the performance?
Thank you so much. There is a special cell in the Prime Minister office who can evaluate the performance of the ministers.
Each minister, the advisor, SAPM.
Yes. There is a chart. There is a performer. And although Prime Minister have also very well informed and different intelligence agencies and different resources of the government report him regarding any ministry, regarding any minister.
And it's working in performance.
Yes. And the Prime Minister who is holding the meetings with the different SAPMs, different ministers, different newly federal ministers, the reason only is that Prime Minister is asking that now I need your performance, I need your hard work, I need your delivery, and I will never compromise on your performance.
So recently,
today Prime Minister gave me a loud and clear message.
Really?
That I trust on you, I believe on you, you are from youth, but remember that I will never compromise. Yes, he asked me that I will never compromise on the performance. He told me that very frankly that people give me us the mandate and we have people have a very large expectations. So we must meet to the expectation of the people. And if we want to meet to the expectations of the people, there must be a hard work. So Prime Minister is conducting the meetings of the newly ministers just only on one agenda, that perform.
Okay, we have seen in this cabinet expansion, Istehkam-e-Pakistan Party also got one slot. Then Baluchistan Awami Party also got one slot. Mr. Maksi made its entry. Then MKM also. Why PPP is still reluctant in joining the cabinet, despite many times the government and the Prime Minister and PMLN has asked People's Party to come and join the cabinet. What is the reason PPP is not joining?
Thank you so much. First of all, you must remember it. People's Party is the part of the government system. They have the president, they have the chairman Senate, they have the governors. But if you will come regarding the federal cabinet, I think they have some clarity from the day one that they will not join the cabinet.
Okay.
And
no confusion.
No confusion.
They are deliberately not joining it.
Yes. And our government, our Prime Minister, our senior cabinet members offered them. But I think there is no news that they are not joining the cabinet. They are some issues and they can explain better that why they are not joining the cabinet. But People's Party is a very important and strong ally of the government, and we have a very ideal relationship with each other. There are some issues, and always Prime Minister sit with the Chairman Bilawal, other party members of the party, and try to settle those issues.
So how in the days to come, it is always said that government has achieved economic stability, but there is no political stability. So do you agree with this? If there is no political stability, how political stability could be maintained?
I think the expansion in the federal cabinet is the main sign that we have the political stability and we are calm, we are peace, and Prime Minister is in confidence that that's why he decided to expand his cabinet. So I think there are two perspectives. One perspective from the media side that there is no political stability, but from the government side, we think that the political stability is more stronger than the previous 1 year.
Do you think there is any foreign pressure, domestic pressure increasing on the government to resume dialogue again with PTI and to give some relief to PTI?
There are always some pressures, always some negotiations from foreign countries, from foreign partners, from foreign friends. But I think Pakistan's foreign policy is independent, and Pakistan foreign policy decide at its own. And government always say to anyone who will ask or who asked in the past regarding Imran's release or negotiations with him, that Imran Khan is now convicted by the court. If he want to get some relief, then courts will give them relief. Government can't give them any kind of relief.
So government can't give any relief. So it has to come through judiciary itself.
Obviously, we have some judicial system, and if judiciary, lower courts, high courts convicted him, so he must get the relief from the courts. Government can't give him a relief. So we are clear that if Imran Khan will get some relief, then courts will give them relief.
So keeping in view these all indicators, rising terrorism is on the rise. Pakistani security forces are fighting almost every day in Balochistan. We have just seen yesterday biggest terrorist attack in Bannu. So how Pakistan is tackling and how Pakistan could overcome this menace of terrorism?
Thank you so much. Terrorism always a top priority of Pakistani government, the law enforcement agencies, special military. And no doubt in the recent 1-2 year, the tourism again rising, especially in KPK, in the Balochistan. But we trust on our military forces, our law enforcement agencies. They defeated tourism in the past. There are many successes of the law enforcement agencies on their feather in the cap. I think the recent wave will also be controlled, and we will eliminate tourism in Pakistan. Terrorism in Pakistan.
So how you see this recent very, very important development? Pakistan, on the basis of American intelligence information, caught a high-profile Afghan terrorist, and finally American administration, including President Trump, had to make special gratitude and thanks to Pakistan. Yes.
Thank you so much. Actually, Pakistan and Americas are allies of more than 78 years. And the recent operation and the exchange of terrorists is the open example and the recent example that Pakistan is a great ally of United States. And during the recent Afghan war, we supported them very well. And same like United States, they all very supported Pakistan in through thick and thin. So the recent arrest of a terrorist on the information of CIA and FBI and Pentagon, Pakistani military intelligence agencies performed very well. And I think this will create a great impact on the new elected administration of the United States. And they will remember that Pakistan is a country who sacrifices in the war against terrorism, and they are still doing very well for the elimination of terrorism in the Pakistan, in the Afghanistan, in the whole world.
In the whole world.
We have the vision that we should eliminate terrorism not only in Pakistan, but in the United States, but in the Middle East, but in the British, UK, but in the Europe. So Pakistan...
Through international cooperation.
Yes, no doubt. Without international cooperation, we can't do anything. But Pakistan got international cooperation during the 2-3 decades. And I think we will expect from international partners, international countries, that they will further cooperate with the Pakistan, and they will further acknowledge the services, the sacrifices of Pakistani intelligence agencies, Pakistani government. So I think...
So, dear viewers, Special Assistant to Prime Minister Mr. Huzaifa Rehman is of the view that a recent expansion in the cabinet, Prime Minister has given clear targets to all newly appointed advisors, Special Assistant to the Prime Ministers, Ministers of State, regarding performance, that every member of the cabinet will have to show great performance. And there is a cell created at the Prime Minister's office which will monitor the performance of these ministers. Additionally, he said that Pakistan has a great potential in art, culture, tourism, and heritage. And if this portfolio is allotted to him, where there are great chances that he might get this particular portfolio, he has a strategy and plan to showcase Pakistan's rich art, culture, heritage, and Pakistani tourism. Thank you so much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Huzaifa Rehman, Special Assistant to Prime Minister. Despite your busy schedule, you participated in our program. Till our next program, goodbye and Allah Hafiz from studios.